But all that counts for nothing as there are now only 4 teams left standing after 56 home and away games, with only 2 teams able to progress to the Women's Big Bash League Grand Final on Australia Day. Both Sydney teams claimed the top 2 places on the table, with the Sixers the favourite to claim a three-peat of WBBL titles. Every Test, ODI, T20I, and BBL match live. Sign up now. Perry punishes another ton, 147. However, first they will need to account for the Melbourne Renegades on Saturday, with the Red team becoming the first Victorian WBBL team to reach the finals. All 4 teams will converge on Drummoyne Oval, with every ball able to be seen live on Fox Cricket. Saturday, January 19th, Sydney Thunder v Brisbane Heat, Drummoyne Oval, 10:40 a.m. local time. Saturday, January 19th, Sydney Sixers v Melbourne Renegades, Drummoyne Oval, 1:50 p.m. local. Plymouth Heat will face off against the Thunder. Photo, Brendan Radke. Source, News Corp Australia. Semi-Final 1, Sydney Thunder, 2nd, LWWDWLLWWWWLW. The Sydney Thunder got off to a flyer in the WBBL and have been consistent throughout the season. They knocked off the highly fancied Sydney Sixers side at Spotless Stadium earlier this month, but head into the semi-final coming off a loss to their opposition, the Brisbane Heat. They'd be hurt by the loss of India star Harmanpreet Kaur, who has departed Sydney ahead of national duty in New Zealand, but the Thunder have plenty of batters who will step up in their role. Kaur hit 15 sixes this season, scoring 310 runs at an average of 31.00. With ball, Lisa Griffith has had her best WBBL season yet, claiming 9 wickets at an economy rate of just 6.83. West Indies international Stephanie Taylor is their leading wicket-taker with 18 for the tournament. Strengths: what makes the Thunder so strong is their even batting lineup. Unlike some other teams in the competition, they don't rely heavily on 1 or 2 batsmen, with 6 Thunder batters having scored over 190 runs this season. At the top, Rachel Priest 294 runs, and Rachel Haynes 376 runs, have been important figures for the Thunder, getting the team off to strong starts. Haynes has scored 3 half-centuries for the season, averaging 34.18. Retired Australian middle-order batter Alex Blackwell has shown an uncanny ability to rotate the strike and find the boundary, while Naomi Stallenberg had found some form in the latter part of the season after an up-and-down start to the year. Rachel Haynes has scored 376 runs this season. Photo, Mark McCormick, AAAP image. Source, AAAPWEAKNESSES. At times this season the Thunder have struggled to find their best 5th, 6th bowling option. But they will be buoyed by the possible return of swing bowler Renee Farrell, who broke her finger against the Perth Scorchers in December. How the Thunder bowling attack shapes up is a major question, given 17-year-old Rachel Treneman has come into the side and bowled exceptionally well, with her 9 overs of leg spin conceding just 6.22 runs per over. Out of their bowling attack, only Sam Bates, Taylor and Nicola Carey have played all 14 matches. Player to watch: the Thunder have a lot of players capable of taking control in a final, but one of their most important players might just be left-arm spinner Sam Bates. With the Brisbane Heat's best 2 batters opening, Bates will likely be handed the new ball and will attempt to stem the runs right from the get-go. If Bates manages to knock over Grace Harris or Beth Mooney, or both, the Thunder will be well on their way into getting into the Heat middle order. Bates has claimed 8 wickets this season, with an economy rate of 6.31, Grace Harris, right, and Georgia Presswood of the Heat celebrate a wicket. Photo, Dave Ackery, AAAP image. Source, AAAPVERS USBRISBANE Heat 3rd, WWLWWLWWLWWLWL. The Heat have been consistent performers throughout the season and have had a number of highlights throughout WBBL 04. Based on their season so far, they are due for a loss, considering on 3 occasions this season, they have won 2 games in a row, before losing the next match. One of the highlights of the season came when Grace Harris thumped the fastest WBBL century ever at the Gabba against the Melbourne Stars. Harris's 100 came from just 42 balls and was her second WBBL three-figure score. Their consistent bowling group has resulted in 5 of their bowlers all having taken over 10 wickets, with Alyssa Kimmins' 19 wickets their highest for the tournament. What makes their group so powerful is their low economy rates, with all 5 bowlers' economy all below 7 runs per over. Strengths: the Heat's power hitting at the top of their batting card is what makes them so strong. Harris and Beth Mooney will stroll out to the middle at Drummoyne Oval full of confidence, after fine WBBL 04 campaigns. Mooney is in form after smashing a century in the final game of the season, with the Australian left-hander having scored 407 runs at an average of 37.00. Harris has made 356 runs from 14 innings, striking at over 150. The duo's boundary hitting is what has hurt opposition teams, with Mooney having hit 47 fours and 3 sixes, while Harris has plundered 15 sixes and 44 fours. If they can get off to a quick start, it will immediately put the Thunder onto the back foot. Sammy Joe Johnson is one of the Heat's most important players. Photo: Darren England, AAAP image. Source: AAAPWEAKNESSES. The biggest question mark will be whether they can make enough runs if Mooney and Harris fail. In the 5 losses the Heat have had, on only one occasion was the pair able to both reach double figures. If they both score below 20, the pressure will be on middle-order batters Sammy Joe Johnson, Jess Jonassen and Kirby Short. While the trio have all scored over 200 runs, they certainly don't have the powerful capabilities that Harris and Mooney have. The Thunder will head into Saturday's match knowing the Heat are somewhat vulnerable should they claim vital wickets in the power play. Player to watch: one of the biggest improvers in the WBBL this season has been Sammy Joe Johnson. Not only has Johnson's pace bowling picked up, but her batting has turned her into a genuine all-rounder this season. Majority of the season Johnson has strolled to the crease batting at number 3, with the right-hander having scored 223 runs at a strike rate of 142.9. With a highest score of 51 and multiple smaller cameos, Johnson can continue to power hit at the top order after the fall of a wicket. With the ball, Johnson is the Heat's second leading wicket-taker, with 18 wickets coming at an average of 18.05. Her economy of 6.45 is also mighty impressive, given she's bowled over 50 overs in the WBBL competition. Last time they met, Heat won by 3 wickets. Kearns, January 12. Tip: Sydney Thunder Elise Perry and Alyssa Healy will open the batting for the Sydney Sixers on Saturday. Photo: George Salpig Titus, AAAP image. Source: AAPSEMI Final 2, Sydney Sixers. First, LWWLWWWWWWWL. The Sixers begun the competition as the favourites to take out a 3rd consecutive WBBL title, and all signs point to the club continuing their dominance. Sydney's Magenta team finished with 10 wins for the tournament and boasts 3 of the competition's biggest stars, in Elise Perry, Alyssa Healy and Ashley Gardner. They bookended their season with losses to the Melbourne Stars, a club they have never had a lot of success against, while they defeated their semi-finals opposition twice in WBBL 04. Strengths: the Sixers' top order includes Australian World Cup winning trio Perry, Healy and Gardner, making it the strongest top order in the entire WBBL competition. The group combined for 1,426 runs this season, with Perry making 690 runs, scoring 2 centuries and 5 half-centuries with the bat. Add in South African all-rounders Marzanne Kapp and Dane van Niekerk, who will both stick around for finals. Their star power is clear given they boast the most marquees of the entire competition. Weaknesses: despite all their top-order strength, they can be susceptible to the odd batting collapse. In the final match of the season, the Stars were able to dismiss the Sixers for 92. If you take out Perry, Healy and Gardner all in quick succession, it puts a lot of pressure on a middle order that hasn't had to do a lot of batting. Aaron Burns is their fourth highest run scorer with 237 from 13 innings. The Renegades have shown their ability to restrict Perry's strike rate in past matches, and it may be a way the underdogs have a chance to pull off an upset in Sydney. Dane Van Niekerk can dominate with both bat and ball. Photo, Brendan Thorne, AAP image. Source, AAPPLAYER. To watch, it's hard to look past the competition's highest run scorer, with Elise Perry recently becoming the first male or female Big Bash player to pass the 2,000-run barrier. Her power hitting combined with her measured approach at the top of the order makes her a damaging all-round player. The Sixers captain is more than handy with the ball and will likely attempt to control the Renegades' top order with her bowling at the top of the order. VERSUSMELBOURNE Renegades, 4th, LWLWWWLLWLDWL. The Renegades are the first Victorian team ever to qualify for WBBL finals, having gone narrowly close in the last 2 seasons. With top-class internationals and outstanding youth players, which they invested in largely since the competition began, the Renegades are beginning to reap the rewards. Australian World Cup winning youngsters Sophie Molyneux, Georgia Wareham and Taylor Vleemink all played handy roles throughout the season, but the fast bowler Vleemink will miss the finals due to a knee injury. Molly Strano is the best spinner in WBBL history and continued to lead from the front with the ball for the Renegades, taking multiple wickets in the power play and in the death overs. New Zealand pair Amy Satterthwaite and Lee Tahu have both lifted towards the end of the season, while England opener Danny Wyatt has smashed 2 half-centuries this summer and has been granted clearance by the England Cricket Board to remain in Australia for the semi-finals. Danny Wyatt can clear the boundary at the top of the order for the Renegades. Photo, Hamish Blair, AAP image. Source, AAPSTRENGTHS. The Renegades have a strong all-round bowling attack which has fired towards the back half of the season. They are a wicket-taking attack, and their opening bowling partnership of fast bowler Tahu and off-spinner Strano has been effective for a number of seasons. Australian spinners Molyneux and Wareham have been important throughout the middle overs, with Wareham's tight economy playing a key role in the Renegades' reigning teams and after fast starts. Young quick Maitland Brown has a good bag of tricks in her armory, including a fierce Yorker. Weaknesses, like many teams, the Renegades' batting has cost them multiple matches this season. At the top of the order, Wyatt has scored 357 runs. But other than captain Satterthwaite and Australian representative Molyneux, only one player has passed 200 runs. They need more runs out of their middle-order batters, but if a player like Jess Duffin fires in a final, she has the ability to win the match off her own bat. Player to watch: Molly Strano is the most successful spin bowler in Women's Big Bash League history. The Victorian spinner has claimed 72 wickets from 56 games, averaging 16.76 and conceding just 6.10 runs per over. The Renegades will use the off-spinner in the power play, where she is set to take the new ball alongside Tahu. While she isn't a huge spinner of the ball, her change of pace is deadly, and her approach by attacking the stumps has resulted in a number of bold and LBW dismissals in the past. Strano has a good record against Perry and Healy, suggesting that she could be a key to the Renegades' attack in their all-important semi-final. Georgia Wareham is one of the best fielders in the world according to Renegades coach Tim Coyle. Photo, Mark Dadswell, AAP image. Source, last time they met, Sixers won by 29 runs. Geelong, January 13. Tip, Sydney Sixers show they finished first. Sydney Sixers, 20 points, 0.509 NRR. Second, Sydney Thunder, 19 points, 0.479 NRR. Third, Brisbane Heat, 18 points, 1.118 NRR. Fourth, Melbourne Renegades, 15 points, minus 0.079 NRR. Fifth, Perth Scorchers, 14 points, minus 0.476 NRR. Sixth, Adelaide Strikers, 11 points, minus 0.336 NRR. Seventh, Melbourne Stars, 11 points, minus 0.905 NRR. Eighth, Hobart Hurricanes, 4 points, minus 0.364 NRR.